Hey everyone, I hope you all enjoyed Task 2. Eaglegamer and I had a lot of fun putting together this one, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. This was actually one of the last tasks we made for this series, so it was difficult to find objectives that flowed nicely together. I wanted at least one task in the series to serve as a typical standard task where you can start from any checkpoint. This was difficult because there have been so many different task series, so it was hard to differentiate this one from other tasks. Ultimately, we found that making these regional coins serve as an ending objective resulted in this being pretty unique from any pre-existing tasks. The primary goal of this one was to make it so that there were many different routes and options that would require the player to test out each one to see which is fastest. The moon objective and heart objective worked well for almost every checkpoint excluding the Odyssey. We banned the moon by the arch simply because it was too straightforward of a route and we were worried it might have been overused even if it might not be the fastest. We also banned this heart from the question box, as I noticed a very fast route using the stump checkpoint utilizing that heart. Ultimately, there were many different routes that people used for this task. There was a route using the painting checkpoint, 2 routes using the stump checkpoint, and many different routes using either the stone bridge or Fossil Falls Heights checkpoint, which ended up being the fastest starting point. When I was testing all of these different routes, I found that they were all pretty similar in time, and I also found that this chain chomp dram route was the fastest by a small margin, which I had hoped would end up being one of the fastest routes since it's a very cool strat. Needless to say, I wasn't disappointed upon seeing the results by the end of the week. Moving on to the top 4 analysis, Buster Doggy and Zypher returned to the top 4 following Task 1. In 4th place is Zypher, who got 3rd in last week's task. In 3rd is VGR, getting his first top 4 of the series, after getting 8th in Task 1. In 2nd is Daniel, also known as Hotboy, who placed 7th in Task 1. And continuing his win streak is Buster Doggy with a very impressive time once again. Immediately we can see that each of our runners used the Fossil Falls Heights checkpoint as their starting point, with 3 of the 4 runners using the Chain Chomp Dram route that I had previously mentioned. Starting with Zypher, he begins his run with a fast spin pound roll and then roll cancels to the left before double jumping. He lets Mario fall into the moon below while homing Cappy to the chain chomp above. He captures the chain chomp a little bit later than he could have, which is where a lot of his time loss occurs compared to the other runs in the top 4 that utilize the Stram strat. Then he dives out of the chain chomp and does 3 roll boosts, followed by a motion control roll cancel before doing a spin drill off of this platform directly onto the pillar with the heart in it. Then he rolls off of this pillar, jumps, and spin throws to the regional coins. Overall, a solid run from Zypher. In third place is VGR, who is the only top 4 contestant to not do the chain chomp jam route, but was still able to get a very impressive time of 8.4. He starts his run with a spin pound roll and then jumps high enough so that he can turn around midair and collect this moon while falling. Then he throws Cappy towards this Cap Peach to spawn a heart and homes in while diving to the left. Upon landing, Cappy comes back to him so he's able to get a Cap return jump and then do a Shireen bounce against this wall followed by a fast dive to the above area. And then he does a fast spin pound followed by 2 roll boosts and a roll cancel. A few different runners use routes similar to this, and many struggled with finding the best movement for this part after the roll cancel. VGR found the best strat for this and did a full jump after the roll cancel, and then spin throws to get the regional coins. Very impressive run from VGR, and congrats to him for getting the fastest one without the chain chomp route. In second place is Daniel, who used the same route as Zypher and Buster. Unlike Zypher, Daniel decides to dive into the moon before homing into the chain chomp, which allows him to capture the chain chomp immediately after collecting the moon, saving some time. He also chooses to do 2 roll boosts before spin drilling to the heart, as opposed to Zypher's 3 roll boosts and a roll cancel. While roll canceling would seemingly be the fastest option in most cases, the area here is spaced perfectly for 2 roll boosts, so it appears that this is slightly faster than Zypher's roll cancel strat. Congrats to Daniel on his first top 4 of the series. Finally, in first place, once again, is Buster Doggy, who pretty much used the same strats as Daniel. I think what sets Buster's run apart is his line. He rolls slightly more to the right than Daniel at the start of the run, while still activating the chain chomp as early as possible. This enables him to take a tighter line to the moon, while still capturing the chain chomp immediately after collecting the moon. The rest of Buster's run was also very clean, allowing him to get his second win of the series. Before this submission, it's also worth mentioning that Buster also had this really cool run using the painting route, where he does this really cool buffered cap return jump and then roll boosts off of the 3rd floating island to land directly on top of the pillar with the heart in it. Moving on, I want to give some honorable mentions to a couple of the cool runs outside the top 4. Lucid had this fast run using the stone bridge checkpoint and the heart from these flowers. He also does this cool roll boost off this cloud platform and then roll cancels off of this platform. Despite this being one of the slower routes, he was still able to place top 10 due to the fast movement. Seaman Rulo had the fastest route using the stump checkpoint, and had pretty clean movement throughout the run, using a triple jump to get to this pillar with the heart on it. Shaken Not Stirred had a fast run using this route, collecting the moon that spawns from this fossil. This was a route that I never considered while making this task, so it was pretty cool to see. Well, that concludes this video. Shoutouts to Mark Lukas for creating the majority of these results videos every week, and Eaglegamer for helping me create these tasks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week for Task 3.